Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Mhm. 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 Professor of Pokemon reporting for duty this morning. Guys, I could have called the channel the chemist of Kanto. Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. Maybe I'll go by that. That can be another name. The chemist of Kanto. I like that. Do you know what we have in store today? Besides coffee, we're doing a let's play. So let's play. All right. Time to continue our Kanto journeys. If you remember last time, the volume was too loud. Guys, I'm so sorry for last time. The volume was absolutely atrocious last time. Way too loud. You couldn't even hear my commentary, so we're going to turn that way down. So we can hear it, because for the sake of nostalgia, we still need it. But we're actually going to be able to hear the professor's voice this time. And you're going to have to excuse me because coffee is the priority. All right. I think I got enough there. So, let's continue. I think we need to give the professor his Pokedex. How are your old Pokemon? I've had them for 5 minutes. How could I tell you something like that? Yeah, I've got something for you. Take your stuff and go pick up your own packages. Oh, here he comes. Check your attitude, kid. I have a request. On the desk is my invention, the Pokedex. I gotta just say, Pokedex is so much harder to complete in these games compared to the new ones. Even though there's more Pokemon in the new games, they've got so many more trading options now with, global trading systems and Wi-Fi and stuff like that. Getting the original 150 was quite a task. And we'll have to decide at some point whether we're going to try to get Mew in this or not. Because you can do the trick where you end up getting Mew, I think it's like by the second gym. You gotta go over there to Cerulean City. Alright, we're out of here. So, what do we need to do? Well, first of all, how about we go get our map? I'm getting a little too gung-ho here to go out and train. What up? Your brother's a turd. Give me the map. Alright. Now we got our map. So, we're going to do a little grinding on the route up to... Well, I guess we need to, at some point, start heading towards Brock. But we definitely need to level up first, especially since we picked Charmander. Give me a second with the coffee here. So because we got Charmander, we're going to need to put in some grinding time here. And the way I always used to play this, so Nidoking is going to be a priority. We got to get ourselves a hold of a Nidoking pretty soon into the game. And then the hardest part of the grind is going to be trying to get a hold of a Pikachu in Viridian Forest. So I forget what the percentage is. I want to say it's like 5% the chance of coming across a Pikachu in the Gen 1 forest area. So when we do that, the main reason we need the Pikachu, and I would spend so much time trying to find it when I was young, was because given that I had Charmander and the second gym was water-based, you needed to have something that would efficiently tackle Misty's gym. And Pikachu was really the best option of the bunch. I suppose you could probably get some sort of a grass Pokemon, so I think if you get out to her area, some of the grass in that area has like Bellsprouts or Oddishes or stuff like that. But either way, we're going to need like a level 20 plus grass or electric type in order to take that on, because Charmander doesn't really have its payoff until the 4th gym. So right now, we're still going to... Electric is going to be obviously practically useless against Brock. So we need to train our Charmander up. A lot of times I'll try to get him to a Charmeleon before we end up heading to that gym. So sit back and relax, because you got nothing better to do than to watch us grind up into a Charmeleon. That's what your day consists of right now. All right. Man, can't wait to get more moves. So monotonous. I think, see, I've been playing Pokemon Fire Red recently, and I'm trying to remember, because it's different in that one. So, I think in Gen 1, you get Ember, the fire move, at level, is it level 10? I think it's level 10, if I'm not mistaken. There's a Pidgey. But so in the remakes, they actually started to nerf it and make it slightly easier. So it's, when you play Fire Red for the GBA, it's not as bad as like how easy they've made the 3DS games and stuff like that. And the 3DS games are good in their own right, but they've made them far too easy nowadays compared to what the grind used to be like. But in Fire Red, they ended up, if you pick Charmander, I think when you get to like level 12 or something like that, they end up giving you like a steel-based move. And it effectively works against Brock's gym when you use the move. And that essentially makes Charmander a more viable starter from a grinding standpoint and a type effectiveness standpoint. Which, again, I like Fire Red a lot. In fact, it's a step up from this, just obviously graphic-wise. Oh, level 9, excuse me. But yeah, it slowly creeped in after the original Gold, Silver, and Crystal, that it was like they would just make the game slightly easier each time around. And I don't know, I understand. So for some people coming into it, they don't want the super hard grind, but that's just part of what I miss back from the day. Alright. Now that he's set, let's go in, because if we're going to properly do this... So last time I was getting confused, though, was it Pokeballs or Potions? It's got to be the Potions. Yeah, because we have Pokeballs here. And then I was thinking, I was like, well, I know that I used to capture Pikachus and Nidorans for Nidoking. So they have to have Pokeballs this early in the game so that you can build up your team. So, oh man, we're going to be ballers and spend 2,000. Get it, ballers. Aha. Pokeballs. All right. You know you don't get quality entertainment like this anywhere else. All right, quit. We're good. Let's get out of here. Okay. Now, you got to be careful, because your rival hangs out in this area, and if you go into the wrong frame, he will challenge you before you've leveled up enough. I think he's got like a level 10 at that point. Again, though, he's got the Squirtle that could have Bubble and type advantage over you. So you got to kind of stay in this lower grass patch if you're working on your grinding here. But now that we have Ember, we've got a stronger move we can use, so that'll be good. And I do have a feeling, so right now I don't mind, and I don't mind filling the time with talking. There may be periods, especially as we get further into the game, where the grind is going to be super long, where I end up doing like cuts. So I'm going to do some grinding off camera, and then we'll just come back when I get to the point that I need to. But we don't need to do that right now. So, all right, come on. Sparrow. Sorry for any Pharaoh fans out there, but I always thought that that was one of the weirdest looking bird Pokemon of the bunch. Spearow looks fine, but Pharaoh was just, I don't know, very odd looking to me. Man, I remember the Christmas that I got this. So I got it was a Game Boy Pocket. So we did have I think it was a friend of the family, but we called her an aunt because she was close to us. She had one of the original Game Boys, like the gray block ones that traditionally came out. And she had, I remember there was a shooter, I can't remember the name of it, like a spaceship shooter that I used to love playing on there. Tetris and some of the other basics. Um, and we would always try to borrow it when we would go on like family road trips or whatever. But the first time that we got our own handhelds, we being my brother and I, was Christmas, and it had to have been, it was the year that this came out. So we're probably talking about Christmas of, I'm guessing 98 or 99. But it was within that time era when it was like super hype and Pokemon was still relatively new. So we got Game Boy Pockets, which were far smaller. They used the only 2 AAA batteries. And I had the Glacier Blue Game Boy Pocket. I remember my godmother got me that. And was it my aunt or my parents? I think it was my parents. They got me Pokemon Blue and they got my brother Pokemon Red so that we could have one copy of each and trade with one another and whatnot. Excuse me. And I remember that, like Christmas break or whatever, because we were still in school. I remember basically all night long hanging out under the covers with the flashlight. I didn't have one of the little worm lights or whatever it was that you could like plug into the side that would light up the screen. So I had to take a flashlight under the covers because we were supposed to be in bed. I remember I would sneak extra batteries into the room and I would stay up. My brother, we used to have bunk beds. Now, oh, nice. All right, here comes our capture, hopefully. Got to make sure we don't KO this bad boy. We're going to stick with Scratch. Okay, so, oh my God. I was panicking. I was like, dude, we just one-hit him. All right. So, my brother, we used to have bunk beds. So for a very brief period, probably a couple years when we were much younger, we slept in the same room. Well, when we you could undo the bunk beds and they made 2 separate bed frames. And I remember that during that Christmas period, even though I had my own room, we would go in there and we would grind all night. So we would both hang out in the room. There was a bed for each of us, and we would just hang out under the covers playing. And then we'd be like, oh, what did you catch? What level are you at in terms of level and whatnot? So, and when we got to the super high levels, you could use the link, like the cables, and then you could basically compete with one another and actually do it. There wasn't any of the Wi-Fi or stuff like that. All right, no to the name. We keep our names the same. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to keep grinding a little bit here, but I'm probably going to head up to the forest. So anyway, I remember hanging out and basically just leveling up our Pokemon constantly. And it was back in the day, so you had to have your flashlight under the cover, or a worm light if you had that for your Game Boy. Okay? All right. So let's head back out of here. I guess, so because we've been using moves, always good to hit the Poke Center. Right? And then we'll head up that way. But man, I love that little Game Boy. I put so many hours in on that thing. All right. It's crazy thinking how big Pokemon was back in the day. And how hype it is now. Like, I've never... The 20th anniversary had a decent amount of hype around it. And I know I've talked about this during, like, the card openings and stuff like that when we've been trying to find product on the shelves. There's a Weedle. So I think Weedle's more common in this one, and Caterpie is for the blue. I'm going to be a little more confused as I'm playing through this one just because I had blue growing up. So I was more used to that in terms of my memories. But they're, 95% the same. It's just the difference in which Pokemon are more prevalent. So, but Red does have Growlithe, so we'll be able to get the Arcanine. But yeah, I haven't seen like the hype level for Pokemon this high since probably 99 when it was originally around. And it sort of had its debut. Alright, so now the grind begins. I do not think this video is going to continue super long here because we're almost at the 15-minute mark. But the next goal is going to be we got to level up to the Charmeleon and we have to get our Pikachu. So those are going to be the 2 goals that we have to hit in Viridian Forest before I'm going to let us move on. Why can I not get a random encounter? This is pathetic. All these bugs must be hiding under stumps and rocks. Alright, let's just... Oh, right as I'm about to go to a trainer. They heard me. Alright. I swear, when I play this back, the volume better not be atrocious this time. It really better not be. Because it was like, I spent all that time last time, I uploaded it, and then when I heard that music come on, and I should have thought of it, because I've recorded enough videos, but it was just like, completely overpowering my voice. I was like, oh man, this is not good. Alright. I think we'll do one more trainer battle here, and then we're going to wrap up for this Let's Play. We'll move on to the next one. Alright. Let's take this bug catcher out real quick. I always found it interesting, and they've changed it some in the later games, but so many of these trainers are exclusive to one typing, which I guess I kind of get because, like, I really like fire Pokemon, so if you force me into only having one type, I would, you know, have my Charizard and my Arcanine and my Ninetales and all that kind of stuff. But it's so bizarre just from, like, a challenging point, because you can get type effectiveness against certain ones, particularly gym leaders, right? It's just like, oh, this is the water gym. It's like, well, thanks for letting me know, because I can bring a single electric or grass-type Pokemon, and I can basically KO every single Pokemon in this gym. I feel like it would be far more challenging if there was diversity in the setup. So it's like, okay, this is, you know, I understand the levels being lower. So, like, you get to the first gym and the level's lower there, right? And then you get to the next gym and the levels are higher. But you've got a variety of different, you know, various Pokemon that could come out. It would be even more interesting if it was a randomized sort of thing. So in the future, if they make a game where it's like you can't predict which Pokemon are going to come out at that gym. Anyway, I'm rambling now. The Chemist of Kanto is done for the day. I'll see you guys next time.